Hello students, in today's class we are going to discuss about Julia Kristeva. She is a famous postmodernist, feminist and post-structuralist writer. Important works of Julia Kristeva are Word, Dialogue and Novel, Revolution in Poetic Language, Power of Horror, an essay on abjection, Desire in Language. We are going to discuss about the most important concepts of Julia Kristeva, that are intertextuality, Chora, symbolic and semiotic space. Intertextuality. When we write a text, we are using the ideas of many authors and other works and books. In a text, we may use the quotations and paraphrases of other works also. This is called intertextuality. That means when we are writing a text, we are using the ideas of many other authors. We are using the quotations from other textbooks in such a way that book is interacting with another book. This interaction between books is called intertextuality. According to Julia Kristeva, a text can exist only with its relation with other textbooks. Julia Kristeva strongly opposes the formalist and structuralist idea that a textbook or a work is self-contained. What formalism says is that a text has its own boundary. It need not interact with others. This concept is severely opposed by Julia Kristeva. According to Julia Kristeva, a book is a weave of quotes from other texts and discourses. Here, what she wants to say is that when we write a book, we are using the ideologies like feminism, postmodernism, structuralism, etc., in our books. In that way, we are taking the ideologies of other writers into our books. This is what Julia Kristeva called intertextuality. And in that way, a work is a collection of signifying systems which constitutes a lot of signifying elements. Here in a book we are using the many signifiers from other works also, like many ideas, many discourses, many quotations, many paragraphs, etc. We used to quote all those from others works. This is called intertextuality. Julia says that intertextuality has many parts, like how a reader interprets a text based on his culture, perspective and his previous experiences. Here Julia says that intertextuality has another aspect also, that is based on the interpretation of a reader. Here a reader evaluates a textbook or a work based on his own experiences and his own and from what culture he belongs to. Thus, a book is an unbound one. It is limitless. Through this through this comparison of reader, book becomes limitless. He comparing a book with other books also, so it becomes unbounded and limitless one. Readers compare and contrast a work with another work. Compares and contrasts a work with others' works, and readers compares his own idea and views on society with the idea of a textbook. So in intertextuality, there are two incidents are happening. One is the comparison of work with other books, and another is the comparison of book with other discourses also. Next is Chora. According to Julia Kristeva, a child's development has three stages, that is real, semiotic and symbolic. First stage is not real but Chora. Actually, the 0 to 6 months is called Chora, and this period was called real stage by Jacques Lacan. Chora, according to Julia, is a nourishing maternal space. That is, Chora is another name for uterus. Chora is uterus of a mother where the baby is very safe. In that place, in that stage, a baby gets maximum nutrition and the baby gets maximum safety. Actually, it is a metaphor for the relation between the mother and the baby. According to Julia, it is the most protected stage for a baby. Here, Julia says that 0 to 6 months is called the period of Chora, or it is otherwise called semiotic space. Here, there is baby will be in a very protected manner and no separate identity for the child and his mother. Both the child and both the baby and mother will be like one entity. This happens before the mirror stage when the baby has no language. During this Chora period, that is 0 to 6 months of his birth, there is no language for that baby. He or she can express themselves only through smiles and cryings and making some sounds. So there is no language for that baby, and he can only express. So he is in a stage of semiotics. Baby will be in a chaotic mixture of feelings and needs. He is very near to his own self. That means he cannot express his feelings through language. He can express only through sounds. So he is in his complete sense. Whenever he want to cry, he can cry. Whenever he want to laugh, he can laugh. No restrictions to express himself. No control over his emotions. Self of baby and mother will be very close to each other. Only the mother can understand the signs which babies are showing. Only mother can understand his imitations, his crying. whenever he feels like hungry, he will cry. So there is no language, and he is completely closed to the body of mother. This period is called Chora, or the semiotic space. So semiotic and symbolic space. This semiotic space is very close to Chora, that is 0 to 6 months. And this semiotic space means complete emotions. In this period, the infant is in a semiotic stage when he can only express his emotions through sounds. In this stage, baby is tied to his instincts, no control over emotions, and baby can do whatever he wants, smiling, crying, etc. No language, and he can only understand feelings. During this period, that is the 0 to 6 months or Chora period, there won't be any rational thinking or meaning for anything for that baby. He is very close to the feminine instincts. What Julia tries to say is that during this semiotic period, that is a Chora or real period, baby has all the feminine instincts. Feminine instincts means music, rhyme, rhythm, etc. Everything everything's are expressed through sounds. No meaning for any things, no rational thinking, only sounds and enjoyments. 0 to 6 months represents this pre-mirror stage, and this semiotic stage is a stage before the mirror stage. So in this period, baby has only feminine instincts, and this instincts differentiates this period from symbolic space. In the symbolic space, that is 6 months and above, baby tries to separate himself from the mother's body or mother's identity. This space it starts from 6 months and it longs from that. Here, this stage is otherwise called mirror stage by Jacques Lacan. As I have already told that during the mirror stage, baby tries to differentiate himself. He is feeling what he see in the mirror. He realizes his identity during this mirror stage. This is what Julia also says, that during this period his baby starts to separate his identity from his mother. This stage is related to mirror stage. Child enters the world of language and culture, and during this stage he realizes that he is another person from his mother, and thus he enters into the world of language and culture. Symbolic stage refers to shared cultural meanings. Shared cultural meanings means during this time he is starting to understand language. He starts to call his father, mother, uh, as papa or mama, and he starts to demand for whatever whenever he feels thirsty. So thus he enters into the world of culture. He understands the difference between him and others. With language, he becomes a speaking subject and thus he develops a separate identity from his mother. Through language, he realized that he can call his mother as mama or mother. Thus, he becomes, through with the help of language, he becomes a speaking object. He thus separates his identity from his mother's. This process of separation is called abjection. Here, child enters a world of reasoning, meaning, and logic. When he enters into that world of language, he going through a process of separation from his mother. This separation is called abjection, and during this time he learns logic, meaning of words, and reasoning. So we can say that symbolic stage has masculine traits. So this stage, this symbolic stage, that is 6 months and above, which is a mirror stage, is full of masculine characters. This stage, masculine characters like reasoning, meaning, and logic. The child learns all these things and he separates from his mother. Here Julia says that this mother is responsible for taking the baby from semiotic to symbolic stage because she has access to language and culture. How child enters the symbolic space is that mother knows about her language and her culture, and after 6 months she teaches her baby words, and through these words the child enters into the world of language and culture. Thus the mother acts as a mediator between symbolic space and semiotic space. Mother teaches the baby the words and language, and thus he becomes a part of culture. Mother's body acts as a mediator between Chora and symbolic stages. Thank you.